Welcome to our Scotland Van series, where we will be spending the next 7 days living out of a van for the first time. We'll battle some intense storms, see some of the most dramatic landscapes in the world.
This is insane. Look at this.
And experience a whole new level of cozy that can only be found in a van. We are Trey and Taylor, a young couple with a passion for seeing the world, and this trip is something we've dreamed about for as long as we can remember. What started as local weekend getaways has now grown into a full-blown adventure, taking us to some of the most breathtaking places on earth. For us, this is more than just a trip. It's a journey that will change us, challenge us, and open our eyes to new perspectives. With each episode, we'll share the highs, the lows,
if we backed up a little bit, I'll make sure you don't go off this cliff,
and the unforgettable moments that make this trip so impactful to our lives. Make sure to subscribe and follow along, because this is just the beginning.
please bless them.
Welcome back to the Scotland Van series. We just parked in this nice spot next to the Loch Ness and we made some breakfast. It was really good. And now we're gonna get on the road and head towards Glencoe, which is where we'll be staying for the night. It's a really, really pretty area. We'll be staying there for, I have no idea how long. That's the great thing about a van, is that if we like it a lot, we can stay for a few days. And if we get bored, we can move on to the next thing. There's Taylor. All right, time to hit the road. Really excited for this drive, really excited to see some castles. And I know that Taylor has been dying to see some castles. That's half the reason she wanted to come. And I'm also excited to see some of the classic landscapes that I've always imagined with Scotland, which is Glencoe.
So we've only been driving like 10 minutes or so, but as soon as we left that spot we were parked, we almost like kind of veered away from the lake a little bit, and now we're in the Scottish Highlands, and this is amazing. It is seriously so beautiful. There's just wildflowers everywhere. There's a ton of sheep. It's so pretty.
The landscapes we're seeing right now are they're unlike anything we've ever seen before. Obviously I've seen mountains and hills and stuff, but there's a different vibe to these. I think that when I see this landscape, it just makes me think of so many different movies. But yeah, I think we're gonna be stopping like a lot on this drive. It is so pretty. We tried to make a stop in this little town called Fort Augustus. We got rained out like crazy. It started pouring. So we ran back to the van and now it looks like this. Yeah, it all looks fine now. Okay, we just made our stop at our first castle. This is the Invergary Castle. Do you know what year this is from? Taylor says this was built in the 1600s. Gosh, I just can't imagine why the people lived in this place, what they were like, why they built a castle. Oh, it's right here on this loch. So it's right on this lake.
Okay, so we just got to our campsite, which is in Fort Williams, and we are actually staying at the base of a ski resort, which I didn't know, so that's really cool. We just pulled into the actual campsite itself. Good old spot number 4. I just want to intervene for 1 second and say that I just saw a man wearing a kilt carrying his groceries.
How Scotland is that? So we decided to save Glencoe for tomorrow because it's pretty rainy and it's already a little bit late in the day. So we came down to Fort William, and from what we've seen so far, it's a really, really cool city. But we decided we want to come down into town and get some dinner. So we're not going to cook anything tonight. We're going to go get a nice dinner, enjoy this rainy vibe, walk around the city a little bit. It's going to be a really nice, relaxing night. Table is a nice barrel. It's a really cool, kind of older looking restaurant, but I think it'll be great. The rest of the night we hung out, watched a movie, made some food, and experienced an awesome storm from inside of the van. It's a little bit burnt.
Late night snack.
Well, that was such a cozy night. We both slept so good. It was really nice to be plugged into electric. It's just really good peace of mind to know that we're plugged in. So I'm really excited for today. I think that we're gonna really get the full capabilities of what van life can do for you on a trip. We are planning on packing up this morning and heading to Glencoe. Once we get to Glencoe, I really don't know anything about the place, but I know that it's recommended to go there. And so we're gonna go check that out. And the amazing thing about van life that we're gonna be able to experience right here is that since we don't know anything about Glencoe, we don't know how long we want to stay. So if we get down there and we really love it, we can stay there for 3 nights if we want. But if we feel like we can see it all in just a day, then we can go see it this morning and then head to the Isle of Skye and sleep there tonight. That's something I've always dreamed of with traveling. But yeah, really excited for that. We're probably gonna make breakfast down in Glencoe, so we're gonna get things packed up and head out. On our way out, we decided to stop at the cafe that's at the ski lodge, and we got our first European bakery snacks of the trip, and they were so stinking good.
They were so good. We honestly just keep coming back to Europe for the cafes and the bakeries and the sweet treats. They are just out of this world. They're way too good.
We got a chocolate croissant type thing and a cinnamon roll thing, but oh, they're amazing. That was such a beautiful drive. The last like 5 to 10 minutes, it started getting crazy. You can just tell that this area just has super dramatic mountains and stuff. We're about to head into the mountains and we're gonna go to a spot called Three Sisters Car Park. It's supposed to have a nice viewpoint. I just looked up a website that gave like the top 6 viewpoints, and I think we're just gonna try to hit all of them.
So on the way over here, we looked up the history of Glencoe, and it's actually crazy. It dates back like over 2,000 years. There have been people living in this. It's called a glen. There was lots and lots of Vikings, lots of really crazy, amazing, and horrible things that have happened here. One of the most famous things about this Glencoe area is the Glencoe Massacre, and we'll talk about that a little later. This is crazy. As we're driving through this valley. I don't know what is. Trey says it's the Glen.
I think it's called the Glen.
This is just crazy. This is literally insane. And all these little grooves in the mountains, they're either current waterfalls or they have been waterfalls. Oh my gosh, Trey, these peaks up here. Whoa! Whoa, what the heck? Do you see that?
This is insane. It is so pretty. The bugs are so bad. Oh my gosh. Anytime you start standing still for any amount of time, they start crawling.
We gotta go.
Okay, let's go. Start walking. They start crawling into your ears and sticking onto your clothes. And I really hope these things don't bite because I will be covered. Oh my gosh, there are so many. Okay, we gotta start walking. Anyways, this place is freaking incredible. I can't believe how dramatic the scenery is. These mountains are just so much bigger than they probably look on camera. Everything about this just screams the word dramatic, majestic, and mystical, and every other word like that. It's just insane. It doesn't feel real. We climbed up this thing. There's our van way down there. Wow. Talk about a place that exceeds your expectations. This is insane. Look at this. One other thing, while we're sitting up there, we could just hear from somewhere down in the distance, down there where the cars are parked, we hear some bagpipes playing. As we're sitting up here looking over this glen, just talking and thinking about the history of this place and the Vikings and the Celts that used to live here. This is a bit of a surreal moment. It just feels so intense and amazing here. There's literally somebody playing the bagpipes down here. With this as the backdrop.
That's crazy. That's actually nuts. It's honestly the most Scottish thing I've ever seen. Chilled out a little bit. No, they didn't. Okay, wait. The bugs started getting crazy because the wind died down. So we're trying to get up higher. Hopefully there's more wind up here. But we just found a waterfall. That's pretty cool. It was a fairy.
We've officially been up here at the spot for like at least an hour. It's been so nice. We're just kind of taking it in. It's hard to even try to just take this in just from looking at it once. You gotta spend an hour looking at it. It's been a little crazy up here. We're trying to get a bunch of photos and videos, and the bugs, as soon as you stand still for like 20 seconds, the bugs start going insane. This is amazing. It's definitely the best part of our trip so far. Here's Taylor. She's doing a great job with her hiking skills. So we had those chocolate croissants and the cinnamon roll for breakfast. But other than that, we haven't eaten anything today. So we should probably go back and make some food, right?
Yeah, should we make our mac and cheese?
That would be so good.
Lacerations on the back of the head. Laceration. She was beaten very.
So yum.
Does that not look amazing?
Oh, I'm starving.
You're pretty.
Excited. I swear this is from like the Halloween movie.
Law enforcement, campus police. Also looking at the photos from the autopsy.
We're trying our best to get there.
I was expecting.
What's your strategy here?
What's my strategy? I'm butt scooching down.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm putting this on my bum to cover my white pants.
Alright, let's see it. You're doing good. Nice.
Voila!
And we almost got hit by an RV.
Just walked over to this edge and I think that there's a wedding going on down there. I think they're actually getting married.
Yeah, they're like, somebody's like
I think it's
reading
definitely an
their-
elopement, don't you think?
That's so cool. What a cool place to get married.
Literally so cool.
We're gonna head further up the road and see what else we can find. We don't know if this is kind of all of Glencoe, like this is the main thing here. There might be other things to see, so we'll just keep exploring.
Okay, so we just left and now we are driving through. Oh my gosh, look at that waterfall down there. Holy, there's so many waterfalls here and this is supposed to be their dry season. Wow, this is so green and so lush. Wow, this is crazy cool.
This landscape right here just looks so mystical. Like, looks like it's just straight out of the Lord of the Rings. It just makes so much sense that this was like a battleground for the Vikings and the people that lived back then. Like, totally just see some crazy battles going on right here.
This has been insane. We decided to turn down this single track road. And this landscape is crazy. And single track means that it is just one lane, but traffic is going both ways. For example, this is one lane, obviously, for just one car. And when somebody's coming towards you, you have to find a pull-off. And if there's not a pull-off next to you, then you need to find one. But these roads aren't exactly equipped to just like pull off to the side. There's specific passing zones, just like this one right here. So the road just gets wider just for a second. Just enough to let two cars pass. At first it was really scary, but now I don't think it's that bad. Do you think it's too bad?
No.
Just had to figure it out at first. See, for example, there is a car coming. Because we drive on the left side, if there's a left passing zone, then we take it. And if they have one on their left side, then they take it.
Now feels like the right time to share what makes Glencoe so famous in Scottish history. In 1692, the MacDonald clan of Glencoe fed and sheltered some soldiers for multiple days. But early one morning, acting on orders, the soldiers turned on their hosts, killing around 30 men, women, and children. This tragic betrayal became a symbol of injustice, marking one of Scotland's darkest historical events.
I think we decided we are not going to spend the night here. We're gonna keep looking around for a couple hours and then we're gonna head towards the Isle of Skye. I think we really want to have enough time there. We're just pulling up to one of the famous viewpoints. Okay, we found a parking spot. Heck yeah. We just pulled up to one of the famous viewpoints that has that white cottage. Yeah, that's a crazy mountain. Dude, who owns that house? Imagine somebody just lives in there. That might be one of the coolest houses you could possibly live. We went down by the white cottage and it was really cool. We got a nice shot down there, got some cool photos. But anyways, it started pouring rain while we were down there. So really quick, I don't think we've ever talked about it. The midges. The midges are the bugs that they have here and they swarm like crazy. This is like their peak time of year that they're out. They're supposed to bite. I'm pretty sure they bite, but we haven't dealt with that much at all. I don't think we really have very many bites or anything. Yeah, let's get on the road, head toward the visitor center. We have to really hurry because we want to make it to the visitor center and it closes in about an hour.
Though we didn't make it to the visitor center before it closed, today was still unforgettable. Glencoe is without a doubt one of the most beautiful places on the planet. If you ever find yourself in Scotland, Glencoe should be at the top of your list. In the next episode, we will head to the extraordinary landscapes of the Isle of Skye. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along as we camp next to a medieval castle, find our first fluffy Highland cows, and experience the type of landscapes that can only be found on the Isle of Skye. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.